Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome to my year-end series. This is the Game Awards that I do every end of the year on my channel since 2008. We are going to be kicking it off with the Indie Game Awards. It has been a great year for indies. I'm going to make these videos a little bit shorter this year. I made the lists a little bit shorter. I usually make them really long. This year I kind of condensed all the categories. We're just getting to the good stuff. All the filler's gone. We're just going for the big bang here. So I narrowed it down to 5 indie games. I think my game of the year is going to be like 10 or 12. 10 or 12 most honorable mention. Then we're going to have a little tiny subcategory where we have like 10 categories in one video, spanning everything pretty much that a lot of the other awards do. So I do want to be able to cover all the great games that came out this year because there was a ton. I love this time of year. I love the holidays, and I love doing these game review, these game awards for you guys because, as you know, I play all of them. I pretty much play every AAA and indie game of the year. Go back on my channel, you'll actually see me going through a lot of these games. So you're getting them from somebody that you can trust because you know I played them and I took time with them and I covered them. I'm not just mentioning them. So I had a blast this year playing indies, especially with the release of the Nintendo Switch. That brought a lot of indies to the table. PC had some great ones. But, again, I condensed these lists this year instead of ranting for an hour. So I will give you my list here, and we're going to talk about them from 5 to 1. Number 5 all the way to 1. I made little notes here on my Note 8 here with the pen tool. And we're going to go right into it. So, Indie Awards. Number 5, Steam World Dig 2. How could a game that was so good get better? I absolutely love the first Steam World. And I was looking forward to the sequel. But I didn't know the sequel was going to be that good. I think Steam World Dig 2 did everything the first game did and better. And I bought it on Switch, which a lot of people did. It's great in the handheld mode. It's great to take it on the go. I love sitting on my couch, playing it on the screen, on the big TV, and then taking it out of the dock and taking it off with me on my trips or whatever, in the Uber car. You know, it's an awesome game on the go, and that's why it's awesome on the Switch. I've heard it's great on other platforms too. And Steam World Dig 2 gets my number 5 spot of Indie of the Year. Number 4 comes in with What Remains of Edith Finch. And it's been so long since that game came out this year, I almost forgot about it, that it was a 2017 game. But let me tell you something. What a beautiful, gorgeous game. I streamed this game on Twitch. I recorded gameplay. And I thought that it had an amazing art direction. I thought it had an amazing story. It was very different. It was very unique. It's one of those games that comes out every year that packs a punch that's so different from everything else. I'll give you an example. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter did that for me. What was that other one? There were so many. But that was definitely one of them. And it's definitely a unique game from everything else that came out this year. It pretty much stands on its own, and it's really something. I mean, I thought, oh, that Rapture game, yeah. So I'm trying to think in my head all these games that I played that had that kind of like a narrative story, but I tell you what, I don't think they came close to Edith Finch. I think Edith Finch really, everybody's gone to the Rapture. You know, games like that, very narrative. Oh, Gone Home. I could go on and on. You know, the Fulbright Company, Steve Gaynor. Games like that is basically what I'm saying. Even Tacoma that came out this year. But I think What Remains of Edith Finch stands out on its own. And Among the Sleep. That was the other one that I'm thinking of. Among the Sleep. I knew it was there. Among the Sleep, Vanishing Ethan Carter. All those games pack a punch that you don't forget. They're very unique experiences. They tell a story. They're very narrative. And What Remains of Edith Finch is definitely my number 4 spot of the year. Really well done, guys, and if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's a great, great indie title. Number 3 is Golf Story. I went into this completely blind. I did get it on the Switch. Again, the Switch is killing it this year. Nintendo as a whole is killing it this year, especially with indies, especially on the Switch. Golf Story was awesome because I went into it blind thinking it's just a golf game. Well, it is, but it's a lot more. I can't really explain this game. The best way for you guys to experience this is to experience it and play it, because it's almost like an RPG story-driven game where you meet people, you meet town people, you build up your level, you equip skills, you get to do whatever you want in whatever order you want, you get to explore the towns. It's like a story campaign for a golf game, basically, but it's like in an indie 16-bit era type sprite game. Very unique, very, very interesting. Check it out. Again, just play it. I think you're going to really like it. I'll tell you what, even if you're not into golf games, which I'm not crazy about, I mean, I'll play them, but I'm not like a diehard golf game guy. This game is a must, whether you like golf or not. It could have been any sport for that matter. It really worked, and they did integrate the golfing mechanics to the game, which works very well. Also, you could just go right to the golf game itself and not experience the rest of the game. But I say experience the story mode, the campaign, and play through it. And I think you're going to really, really, really like this game. Very different, very unique. Number 2 on my spot is Hellblade. Talk about packing a punch. Talking about going into a dark area that a lot of games don't go into. You know, and I know, and it's a tough, I love that games do that, and I love that games push the limits of what is popular in a game. You know, I mean, this whole thing with bipolar and mental health and all that doesn't get touched a lot. Hellblade does it, and Hellblade does it really good. And especially in an era where we live with a bunch of pansies that's, you know, ugh. Like The Last of Us 2 trailer. Oh my God, it was so violent. Or now the new thing is now Detroit Become Human. Oh my God, domestic violence. Oh my God, domestic violence. Oh, I want to go in a closet and hide. Get real. Grow a pair, will you? I love how Hellblade does it, and they do it great. And it's great that these games are getting into these crazy dark areas where a lot of games didn't in the past. Hats off to the developers. Hats off to doing what you want to do. Hats off to being unique. And I'm absolutely loving this game, and I think this game deserves a ton of praise. And whatever praise it gets from every other outlet, it's well-deserved. Hats off to Hellblade, and hats off to all these developers that are taking their game to the next step. Don't listen to the pansy people that are crying in their corner with their safety diapers. Just, you know, it's done right. It's done with class, and it's unique, and it's awesome that these games are taken. You know, a lot of games today are mature, and it is more of an adult entertainment genre now, video games. And it's been that way for a while. It's only getting more and more. And it's great to take on these adult, very important themes, I think. And Hellblade is definitely one. And number 1, without a doubt, not even thinking of this, not even debating this, I knew it the second I played it, the second I seen it, is Cuphead. Number 1 goes to Cuphead. Cuphead has been an indie game that touched me in so many ways. The art style, the uniqueness, the difficulty. Difficulty, but fair. Difficulty done right. Layout, level design, graphics, sound, music. Oh my God. Cuphead is mind-blowing. And I'm not over-exaggerating, and a lot of people are going to agree with me. Cuphead is hands down my indie game of the year. Oh my God, I almost only wish this thing was on the Switch, just to have it in handheld mode. But Microsoft, hats off to you for having this franchise. I think you're going to do big things with that team. I watched an unfiltered episode with Ryan McCaffrey from IGN with these guys. These guys are class acts. They're super intelligent. They're amazing to have in the industry. They made a phenomenal masterpiece. My indie game of the year. And I think that Cuphead is going to be talked about for years to come. And if you haven't played Cuphead, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to play this game and then to enjoy it like I did and a lot of other people this year. My winner, Cuphead. There's not enough things to say about this game. the best way that I could describe it is to just play it and get back to me and tell me what you think. The more I play this game, the more I like it, if that's even possible. It just keeps growing on my list. So Cuphead, let me tell you, you outdid yourself. I was super excited when it was announced. I was super excited through the years when they showed it at E3. And you know what? The final product came out, and it lived up to the hype, is what I'm trying to say. It lived up to the hype, more even, I think. I mean, what style game did you ever see like this? They tackled so many things that would be against them, and they overcame them, and they came out on top, and it paid off. And let me tell you something. Hats off to that team. Hats off to that small team that just did an amazing, amazing job on Cuphead. It's my indie game of the year. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this holiday for my year-end series. I hope you come back for lots more Game Awards leading right up to Game of the Year. We also have my most anticipated for 2018 and what I have in store for you on my channel here next year. Take care. I'll see you again on the next video. Later.